Hi everyone, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my February TBR. So if I'm being completely honest, I really only read one book off of my January TBR. So pretty much every prompt except for one is going to be going back in the jar for a chance at a second pick. So the prompts that are going back in the jar are going to be romance, a book with flowers on the cover, purple on the cover, a book with orange on the cover, cursive or script lettering on the cover, white letters on the cover, and 500+ pages. So I was reading other books for video projects that I'm not sure will be out by the time this video goes up. I think this one might be going up first, but I've been reading books for other video projects that I've been working on that I'm really excited about. So I just did not get the chance to really prioritize my TBR this month, but hopefully that'll change a little bit in February and some of the upcoming months. But I have been working on, like I said, a lot of video projects that I'm really excited about, so we'll see. But I'm going to be picking 8 prompts out of the jar like normal, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so these are the 7 prompts that I'm going to be putting back into my TBR jar. So we're just gonna go ahead and plop those back in there and see if we can mix it around a little bit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with our first pick. Okay, so the first pick is a monster romance. Okay, so for the monster romance prompt, I'm going to be reading Monster Pucker by Cleo Evans and Ashley Bennett. This is a hockey monster romance, and I've been seeing this kind of on my Instagram feed lately, so I am kind of interested in reading this. I have been in a hockey romance or even just like a sports romance kind of mood lately, so I'm definitely interested to see if I'm going to like this book or not. On to pick number 2. Pick number 2 is a pretty cover, and for pretty cover I'm going with Sable Peak by Devanny Perry. This was actually on my TBR in the month of January, but I didn't get to it. But I personally think that this cover is so pretty. I love the purple, I love the landscape, I love the nighttime. It's just so pretty to me, and I'm super excited to read this book, and hopefully I can get to it in February. Pick number 3. For pick number 3, we have Bright Colors on the cover. For Bright Colors on the cover, I'm going to go with The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This is just an overall bright cover, so I am super excited to read this book. I've heard a lot of really good things about this book and this author, so I'm super excited to read this book, hopefully in February. On to pick number 4. So for pick number 4, I got a Popular Booktube book. So for Popular Booktube book, I'm going with Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, and this is a very popular series on, I feel like, all platforms, but I did have this on my January TBR and ended up not getting a chance to get to it, so hopefully I can get to it in February. I have been wanting to pick this book up and dive back into this world, so fingers crossed that I can get to it in February. Pick number 5. Pick number 5 is a book in a series that you've started, and for this I'm going to go with Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Again, this is on my January TBR, did not get a chance to get to it, but this is the second book in the Empyrean series, so hopefully I'm going to finish this. I've been reading this since December and it carried into the new year with me. I'm only 50 pages in, so fingers crossed I can get to this one in February. Pick number 6. Author name starts with S. So for author's name starts with S, I'm going to be reading House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 3rd book in the Crescent City series, and this book comes out January 30th, which is not out at the time that I'm filming this, but will be out in like less than a week, in 3 days actually. It'll be out in 3 days, so I will be going to pick that up as soon as it's out, and so I will more than likely be reading this in February. I feel like this will probably be like my top priority read in February, so super excited for that book. Pick number 7. Pick number 7 is White Letters on the cover, and for White Letters on the cover I'm going with Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Roberts. Again, one of the books that was on my TBR in January that I did not get a chance to get to, but I have been wanting to read this, and I have been kind of in a fantasy romance mood along with my sports romance mood, so fingers crossed that I can get to this one in the month of February. And for our 8th and final pick, I've got A Small Town town romance. For pick number 8, a small town romance, I'm going with Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This is one of Lauren Asher's newest releases. It takes place in a small town on a lake featuring like a billionaire, and I'm super excited to read this. I really enjoy Lauren Asher's writing, so fingers crossed that I can get to this in the month of February. So these are the books that I'm hoping to get to in the month of February. I am super excited about all of these reads. I just feel like I'm really wanting to read all of these books, and they're all ones that I've been super excited for. Even like though I didn't get to them in January, I'm still really excited to read these. So if you plan on reading any of these books, or if you have read any of these books, I would love to know down in the comments what your thoughts were, what your rating was, and what you're planning on reading in the month of February. But that's gonna be all for today's video. If you guys liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. I'll have all of my social medias linked in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.